There is a space in my heart where I find the truth. I find me in you, a truth beyond what you may see now. But when we are one, we bring more good about. No matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, yeah. There is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. I see with new eyes, allow and unfold, embrace and let go, trust the flow. There's a freedom in love when you follow your heart. Together we are stronger than we could ever be apart. No matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, yeah. There is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Breathe in and out, slowly feel all that's around you, all that you feel, all that you know. Let it go. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite, yeah, when we unite, oh, we unite, yeah, yeah, when we unite, yeah, yeah. You are welcome here. Love is welcome here. Peace is welcome here. You are welcome here.
Yes, yes, yes. You are welcome here. Welcome to the house of love. This is the place where love is made visible. Love is extended. Love is celebrated. Love is appreciated. And love is embraced. So I hope you're doing at least one of those. Extending love is good enough, but you got to start with extending to yourself first. But if you can't start with extending love to yourself, just extend it, because you as the extender of love will catch love just by default. And when you do, you will remember that it's a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and good day to you wherever you are at this very moment in time. Thank you for tuning in into yourself first. You got to tune in. Thank you for tuning in. And when you tune in, you listen. When you listen, you create the space for transformation. I am Ade, your transformational beingness artist. Welcome to another episode of Being You, the journey back to yourself. Kwali is in the house. Kwali is on the Being You podcast on IG as well with Ashley. We're playing hide and seek. We are returning back to self. We're returning back to the truth. We're returning back to what is new about us. What is new about us is not to come. It is here. It came already. It's already here. The newness is always present in this now moment. Blessings, my dear sister. Yes. So when you know that you are in the new moment, which is now, you can affirm, I am present. I am here. I am now. I am present. I am here. I am now. You can say it too. Don't just listen to me. I am present. I am here. And I am now. New Jace, Jackie's in the house. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being present. Season 4, episode 2. Today is Tuesday, January 11th, 2022. I got something to tell you. I got something to show you. I got something to share with you. I want you to do what you came here to do. Do what is yours to do. What is yours to do? Are you doing what you came here to do? We'll talk more about that. Anyway, the Being You podcast, Ade Present, the Being You podcast, is an invitation. It's an invitation to check in. You hear me say that every week. And I invite you to hear it as if you are hearing it for the first time. Like to check in with yourself and ask yourself, how do I see myself? How do I see myself today? If your mind is going, he asks that every week. Is he going to do it every show? Well, pretty much until I get something else to do. But right now, that's what I'm led to do. So you can ask yourself, if your mind is doing that, you can ask yourself, how do I see myself today? Like, just get real honest with yourself. How do you see the world? How do you see yourself in the world? And how do you see the world in you? This is what Being You is about. Being You is an invitation to check in. To see what's going on within you. To notice what you notice. To feel what you're feeling. What's your emotional temperature? Are you joyful? Are you excited? Are you sad? Are you grateful? Are you just blah? Or maybe you're just content. Maybe you're nervous. Maybe you're rushing. Maybe you're rushing, but try to slow down. Speaking from experience, I was eating today. Well, I won't go into a long story about it, but the food was delivered. And I had a meeting at 5 o'clock, which is a little bit over an hour ago. I usually don't do anything before my podcast, but we needed to have this meeting. So I said, I'm available for 15 minutes. And I ordered pizza. Okay. It's just easier. I feel like it's getting in the way if I don't say that. I ordered pizza and I was trying to eat. It took a long time to get here. The guy was apologizing, but I was like, no problem. Just give it to me. And I was rushing. Rushing because I'm thinking, I got to hurry up. I got to hurry up. It was actually after the meeting. The meeting finished around 5:15, which a little over an hour ago. 20 after 5. But I kept trying to tell myself to slow down, but somehow I was rushing my food. I don't like rushing my food. I love my food. I love taking my time. And it was interesting because I'm thinking, why am I aware? I'm aware that I don't want to rush, but somehow I was rushing it. So in my mind already got the message. It was delivered. The email was sent to my mind. The time is moving. My hands and my mouth and my eyes were trying to slow down, but my mind is like, we ain't got time for that. Keep it moving. Thankfully, it wasn't a bad experience. I was able to still take a deep breath and before the show to just center myself. But sometimes we just find ourselves rushing, moving forward instead of just slowing down and checking in. Well, let me go through my announcements. I want to tell you I have a program coming up. It's not even a program. It's a creative transformational experience called Mind. No, I like actually, I was thinking about that the other day because every time I try to write manifest your dream, I find myself typing mind your dream. That's not a bad name. Maybe next time I do, I call it mind your dream. Mind your dream, mind your business. Bring your mind in alignment to your dream. Make sure your mind is anchored in your soul. When your mind is anchored in your soul, you don't even have to worry about your ego mind. See, we worry about the ego mind when your mind is literally being, what's the word? Influenced by the ego, but that's not the best word. It's kind of like there, but I can't pull it. But when your mind is rooted in truth, when it's rooted in your soul, what is the soul? We ultimately don't know. We can describe it. There are teachers who would say the soul is everywhere. There are teachers who would say the soul is inside of you. The soul is the light of God inside of you. It really doesn't matter. What matters is, do you know that you are connected to something powerful, something stronger? Whether you call it soul, whether you call it spirit, whether you call it your higher self, whether you call it light, whether you call it Jesus, whether you call it Buddha, whether you call it whatever you want to call it, something told me not to do that. When you align with that, you don't have to worry about what your mind is doing. Now, here's where spiritual practice comes into that helps you. Keep doing the spiritual practice. The spiritual practice is an exercise. You're going to the spiritual gym. When you go to the spiritual gym, your mind, your body, the way you see is more flexible, more pliable. You don't trip too much when life is happening. Even if you trip, it doesn't take long to come back. Some of you who listen regularly would have heard Rev D say, everybody has a bottom. There comes a point in your life where when you hit, what they call it, something bottom, like when someone is an addict, which we all are, rock bottom. We all have a place that we go to when maybe we're betrayed, we feel broken, we're struggling, we find ourselves dealing with the same issue over and over. There's a bottom that we go to. And Rev D will often say, yes, she used to go real deep. I'm paraphrasing, but now her bottom is higher. So when you're doing your spiritual work, your bottom gets higher. So you don't go all the way deep down. You go deep down if you're trying to access deep wisdom. You're not going deep down to get stuck in the black hole. When you tap into the deepness within you, your bottom gets higher. And when your bottom is higher, you can transcend. You can rise above. So yes, mind, I did it again. Manifest your dream. It's a creative transformational journey that starts February 1st and goes all the way to February 28th. To find out more, go to bit.ly/yes to my dream. Yes, the number 2, my dream. Find out more information there. Register. Got about 3 more days for this special rate. After that is going up. I think it's going up. Yeah, it's going to go by, it's going to go up $100 or £100. So it depends on where you are in the world. Right now, it's $350 for the whole month. We meet once a week on Zoom, and the rest we're in a private chat group where you get to work with your dreams, but you don't work with the dream first. The first thing we're going to do is align, listen to your soul, listen to your spirit, listen to the dream that is waiting for you to come true. Tap into the frequency, tap into the vibration. It's really about an energetic shift. It's an energetic alignment. You're not doing it from a heady place where if I can achieve this dream, then I will be happy. You may be happy, or you may not be, but you will be in joy. Because sometimes there are a lot of people that live in their dreams, but they can't access the happiness. Forget about joy. Why? Because they're dealing with it from a surface perspective. They're dealing with it from a human perspective. That if anything happens to that dream, if somebody shakes it, moves it, yanks it, they're going to drop. But when you align with the spirit and the vibration of the dream that wants to be birthed through you, that alignment itself keeps you anchored. So you will not worry about maybe something bad is going to happen, because you realize you're now birthing the dream that God as you, the divine as you, is needing you. You are the space and the place for God to reveal itself. In fact, you can actually be unattached to it. You can be unattached. So that's what we're going to do for 28 days. Sign up, bit.ly/yes to my dream. All the information is there. And sign up before it goes up. But you don't have to sign up before it goes up. You can sign up after the 14th and sign up whenever. Share with somebody else. Ashley said, I visualize. Okay, wait a minute. I visualize the bottom disappearing, and sometimes I'm able to feel the sensation of falling into flight. Sometimes it's a light that comes from my sternum, and sometimes it feels like wings emerge. Yeah. I'll read that next. Yeah. Everybody has their own way of their own spiritual practice. I know a friend who tells me that when he meditates, I don't know if he does now because he's an interesting character, but that's a whole different conversation. I always say that, don't I? Because I'm a storyteller and I thought a word triggers me to go down somewhere, but he's someone who practiced his thing is God is all there is. He talks about the shows that I do with other people, with my shows. It's like, you know me. His thing is God is all there is. That's it. No matter what is going on, God is all there is. And I'm telling you, he actually lives this. This is somebody who don't even care if he got money in his bank account and write a check. Society would tell you that's irresponsible. He gets charged. I asked him one time, I said, well, we were talking about something and his cable got disconnected. Or we were talking about bills. He said, the only way I know my cable is due is when it gets disconnected. Or my phone. I was like, really? In my mind, I'm like, that doesn't make no sense. He doesn't care if they'll charge him. He just pays it, which in a way, that's freedom for him. So when he meditates, he said he visualized a Mack truck. Yeah, that too. A Mack truck smashing into him, and he no longer has a body and he just surrenders into it. And Ashley's talking about visualizing the bottom disappearing. We all have different ways to do it. Sometimes I listen to music. Sometimes I'm listening to nothing. Lately, for a while now, I use music. But the last few days, I've been doing guided meditations. When I do guided meditations, it takes me deep. I literally go out because then I'm not trying to focus on my breath, which sometimes I'm like, okay, because my mind goes, I got to finish that. Oh, no, come back to your breath. Come back to your breath. However, when I'm listening to a guided meditation, it's like I relinquish control and I go deep. It could be seen. I could think maybe I'm going to sleep. But the truth is, when that meditation finishes, I come back. There are many ways to get to God. So yes, connecting with the vibration of your dream, your vision. So what's the other thing I want to tell you? I want to tell you, let me read this so I can tell you about the other announcements. Ashley said, your work helps me get back to that. Grateful for your work. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate that. That's it. That's it. That's the joy. That's the joy of it all. Today's theme, today's topic is what's today's topic? I have to scroll up. Oh, there we go. Let's go up here. Do what is yours to do. Do what is yours to do. When you do what is yours to do, it changes how you move through life. And I would even go as far as saying that you get to access a sort of fulfillment that you can't even describe in words. It's almost like that place you come back to every so often. Now, that's if you're looking at it from a I'm going into the show, but I don't want to, but you know me. What is yours to do in this moment could be different from what you're to do next week. And it could be different from what you read. Well, it's an alignment what you came here to do. I'm not going to go into that because I can feel myself, but I want to do some announcements. I want to do the announcement. Yes, guided meditation, Pat. Guided meditation will just free your mind. Everybody's got to find what works for them. But anyway, let me tell you about some of the things that I'm up to. Ricky Bias and I, we have a show every Wednesday. Let me see if I got the right one. Every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern, and 2 a.m. on Thursday, UK time. Join us. It's called Soul Fulfilling. If you want to find out more, go to youtube.com/Ricky Bias. And that's Ricky spelled Rickie. I don't want to spell it the way people spell it. They put a KY. It's like, no. Rickie Bias. BYARS. Okay? Or just Google it. Look on my page. Look on Ricky's page. You'll find it every Wednesday. So join us. That's tomorrow. And Libsyn. Let's tell you about Libsyn podcast hosts. Those of you thinking about it, want to change, Libsyn.com. LIBSYN.com. Check them out. They have a lot that they're offering, so much, and they constantly are growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. But check them out. If by any chance you know anybody who's thinking about podcasting, have them look at it. Or maybe it's you. However, if you choose to sign up, make sure you use my promo code. Those of you who are regular listeners, what's the promo code? Type it. Type the promo code. I would wait, but it takes 10 seconds for you to hear me. And so by the time I see, it's probably like 15 seconds. So I'm not going to just be quiet here waiting. But I want to see who's going to get it right. I would be pretty disappointed if nobody gets it right. I mean, come on now. We're talking about this for a long time. But anyway, ain't that deep. Let me see if someone's going to catch it. You should have got it by now. It's been 10 seconds. Promo code is ADE. Ade, my name. If you sign up today, I wouldn't advise you to. If you want to join, if you sign up today, you get the rest of January. Oh, I'm looking at the time. I was looking at 1:21. My laptop is still on Atlanta time. I just can't bring myself to change it. Instead of today's date is the 11th, not the 24th. Today's the 11th. So if you sign up today, which you can, you get the whole of January free, and then you get the whole of February free. But if you wait till the 2nd, don't sign up on the 1st of any month. If you wait till the 2nd, you get that whole month free, and the following month you get free. So you get 2 months free. That's not bad, is it? What else do I need to tell you? I think that is pretty much it. Now, I want some engagement. I know you guys love listening to me. I know you like hearing what I have to say, but I want some engagement today. What is yours to do? Do it. Share it. What have you been doing? There's so much is going on in the world. We say that often, so many times, right? So much going on in the world. What are you discovering about yourself? Engage with me. That's your way of giving back to me. And speaking of giving it back to me, I got to remember this because some people be like, where is the information? We need your Cash App. So let me do that now, right here. So yeah, for those who've contributed, thank you. Thank you for the energy exchange. Those of you who are thinking about it or not thinking about it, maybe one day, maybe not. Here's the thing over there. PayPal is scrolling at the bottom. Cash App and Venmo. Hopefully I remember to stop it because once I start talking, I don't look at the screen. I look somewhere. I look within. Engage. Share your thoughts. Ask questions. I'm telling you, it's so much fun. We all grow because you may even challenge some of the things that I'm saying. And by you challenging what I'm saying, it causes me to ask a deeper question, to see things differently. You know, that's the gift that we have for one another. Sometimes we say, well, I don't know what is mine to do. Sometimes it's just engagement. You know, that's what social media makes money on, the engagement of your post. Well, what's engagement like? Do you understand that just your engagement, interacting with someone, talking to someone, making eye contact, sharing your love, sending them a text, sending an email, FaceTiming, that's engagement. Letting them know you were thinking about them. Do you know how much that is worth? You don't, because you can't measure it. You can't measure it. Have you ever thought of somebody and then you decide to reach out to them, and then they tell you, oh, you must have been feeling me going through whatever. You must be feeling me this. Oh, I was just thinking about you too. For me, I love that. I love when I'm thinking about somebody. It's like, I wonder what they're doing. Oh, they never responded to my text or my email. Less than 5 seconds later, it pops in. So I know I was tuning in. That ultimately, all we're here to do, the human side, the human self, our human beingness, is seeking to reconnect with itself, with the truth. Wait a minute, nobody said nothing about my promo code? Really? I'm gonna call y'all out today. Nobody typed it in? Really, Jackie? Really? Oh, you're probably listening and doing something else. You're probably listening and being on the phone. But anyway, we are here to reveal the face of God, the love of God, the arms of God. We are here to show up. We're here to extend the love. We are here to show up for ourselves. So I got some questions for you. I've been asking you questions. Actually, before I ask you questions, let me read today's daily thoughts, because today's daily thoughts is actually what inspired today's show. So I want you to pay attention to this, even if you've read it, even if you've seen. I want you to listen differently. You know, that's how we grow, listening differently, as opposed to, yeah, I already know that. Yeah, I already do that. Yeah, I already know. I already know sometimes can block your blessings. Oh, yeah, I know the answer to that. I've asked them before. They said no. Well, you may have asked the wrong person. You may have asked somebody who didn't know the answer to the question, but because they really couldn't be bothered, they said, no, we don't have it. But when you live in the moment, when you show up for the moment, it doesn't matter what answer you got yesterday, whether it's yes, they can give you yes yesterday, and today they said, no, that's no longer available. So I invite you to listen to these daily thoughts, especially if you've read it on my page, maybe on Instagram or social media, Facebook or LinkedIn. So the Instagram, the daily thoughts is written by me. It's published by Hillside International Truth Center. I don't write every month. I only write every three months now. I don't know. There's 3 of us, so I write 3 times. Yeah, 3 times a year. That's it. So I wrote for the month of January. And today's affirmation, Tuesday, July 11th, 2022. The affirmation is, I am a sacred activist. If you're hearing that for the first time, I want you to kind of just sit with it and see, what does that mean? I am a sacred activist. What does that mean to you? What does it bring up? How is that showing up in your world? I thought I'd turn this sound off, but I didn't. It is now. I am a sacred activist. We are living in a new world. A world we visioned, affirmed, and prayed for. We are living in the midst of creating a world that works for everyone. It may not look like it sometimes, but as proactive sacred activists, we activate the sacredness of the divinity right here on earth. We are spiritual midwives. We are the chosen ones, created to birth the world we want to see. I am a sacred being, a sacred activator of healing, change, and transformation. I live intentionally about what I desire to see in the world. My actions are inspired by my heart. I relate with my neighbors as the sacred beings that they are, whether I agree with their actions or not. My mission is to continue to behold the God in each and every one through my action. My mission is to continue to behold the God in each and every one through my actions. Thank you, faith in me, through me, as me, around me, through the Christ within. And the scripture said, open your mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. Proverbs 31:9. Open your mouth. Stand up strong. Express yourself. Speak for the so-called voiceless. Stand up for those who don't know, don't have anything to lean on. Forget standing up. Be the place where transformation is happening. Be the voice of God, even when you're nervous. Speak the truth, even if you're trembling. Show up and be the light, no matter how dark it is. That's what it means to be a sacred activist. We all are, if we choose to be. We are sacred beings. And we're here to activate the good of God. Daffy Shanti. Om Shanti. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. So I got some questions for you. Take a breath and just breathe and relax. And tune into your center. Today, we are dropping deep down. And I feel like even the show is going to be slower. Sometimes, I get all in my, I don't know. I don't know if I get all into the energy or the energy gets all into me. Today, what I'm feeling, sensing is like, slow it down. Do what is yours to do. We're living in a time where the opportunity to do what is ours to do, it's unlimited. There's so many choices, so many options, so many opportunities to do the thing that we want to do. But it depends on what we're looking at. Sometimes we get distracted and we're not doing what we're supposed to do. We're not even judging righteously. We're just judging. Question is, why are you here? Why are you on this planet? Why are you here in this moment? In this moment, are you contributing to the healing, the transformation that's going on in the world? How are you contributing to what's going on in the world? How are you taking the books that you read, the shows that you listen to, the readings that you get? How are you translating that into action? Or are you hiding, saying, well, that's just not me. I'm shy. Oh, I don't really have that. I don't like the microphone. I don't like the camera. Psh, please. You know what? Too many people make that kind of excuses because that's really what it is. People make excuses about what I really don't like. I really can't do that. And it's not a good time. Now, sometimes that's really true because they check in, they listen to their souls. And sometimes people do it out of just being lazy. We do it. The good thing is God wastes nothing, right? Nothing is wasted in God. What is tapping in your heart? Now, the trick about spiritual awareness, or no, I won't say it like that. I'm going to say it differently. The trap, not the trick, the trap about spirituality from a Western perspective is it could make you think that there's always something to be fixed, that there's always something wrong. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing that needs fixing. Now, all that's needed, all that's asked of you is to shine the light so that you may be enlightened. And as you enlighten, you help other people to become awake because you're going to wake up. To wake up is to be enlightened. Sometimes we go so far and we're trying to, no, what nobody here has ever said that to me, but I've been in chat rooms or I've listened many, many years ago now, actually, but I never forgot. I remember the person wrote, I just want to leave this planet but without dying and just leave my body and transcend. How do I do that? Y'all know me. Sometimes we distract ourselves with deep concepts, elevating, levitating, leaving the body and not dying, that we miss the opportunity to make a difference in our own lives, somebody else's life. So the question is, what is tapping? What is tapping in your heart? What is yours to do? It really is easy to find out. Or let me say it this way. It is simple. Pat said, great message. I needed this reminder. Thank you, my dear sister. Yeah, you're definitely a sacred activist. I hope you know it. You do. That's why you said it's a reminder, right? You do remember. You do know that you're a sacred activist. We are. We're here to activate the joy, the love, the success. And when you do that, you don't even have to doubt if you're joyful or not. You would never have to doubt if you're successful. And even when you doubt, something was going to bring you around back to yourself, going to bring you all around back. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. Truth will show up. Somebody will remind you. Somebody will ask you a question. What breaks your heart? What are you passionate about? What excites you? What trauma are you dealing with? What trauma are you trying to avoid? Hide. That's where you find what's yours to do in the moment for the rest of your life. That's where you get to find what's yours to do. And yes, even with your trauma, if you sit with your trauma long enough, you might just catch a message so pure, so clear that you may even doubt it. Because you may think, how can such a guidance so powerful, so deep come out of this trauma that I'm feeling? And sometimes a lot of people hear guidance while they're going through a traumatic experience. Because in the trauma, your ego mind was like, I'm out. I can't handle this. Your conscious mind is overwhelmed. And your unconscious mind, your unconscious self, your spirit is wide open. It's very present. The God in you, the God as you is like right here. Like, this is where I shine. So whether you experience a traumatic experience now, or maybe it's going to happen later, maybe in the past, if you sit long enough, you can see that you either got some gems out of it. Yes, Ashley said, shine the light and shed the lies we are told. So much. When you shine light, the lies disappear. We're here to release our inner splendor. You are here to release your inner splendor. You're here to express your divine self. What is really going on? I don't know how that happened. Let me see what that looks like on. Yeah, can you imagine if I was all in my high energy today? You know what? I just had a thought. I know what's happening. Okay. Pat said, I'm still trying to discover what is mine to do. Thank you, Pat. Because that gives me something to say. I love that question. You didn't really ask, but you asked. It's a statement with a question. Or it's just a statement, but I'm going to make it be a question to me. Because you're not just speaking for you. You're speaking for other people who are listening, whether they're listening live or to the archive. He said, my business is no longer fulfilling me. Interesting. I will have to spend some time connecting with spirit about this. Okay, so let's break this down a little bit. Oftentimes, when people are saying you got to find your purpose, you got to know why you're here, you got to know what's yours to do. Sometimes we're talking about the bigger picture. What's your purpose? Why are you here? It's a good question to ask. But once again, if you're not careful, that can become a trap. It can become a trap. I'll tell you why. And I did it, where you spend too much time trying to figure it out, trying to discover, trying to find out what is mine to do. You know what? Okay, I'm going to go this way. People will say, what's my purpose? I don't know what my purpose is. I'm just really trying to figure it out. Do you know what your purpose on this earth is? And I'm going to speak for everyone and to everyone because I can and because it's my show. You're here to do one thing. And the doing thing that you're here to do is more about being. Now, that's a word that being is like, what does that really mean? You can use it if you're looking to do a spiritual bypass. If there's anything you're here to do, I'm talking to all the yous, all the universal yous. If there's anything we're here to do, that I'm here to do, one thing. I want to see if anybody can tell me what it is. I told you I want some engagement. What is this one thing that we're here to do? It's really simple. We all know it. That's why I'm asking. We're here to do one thing. So if you don't answer, I might forget and go into something else. I'm going to put it on y'all. He never even answered the question because y'all didn't remind me. So Pat said, I'm home recovering from COVID now, so I have lots of time on my hands. I know that's right. That's the way to get healed quickly. To say, yes, I'm going to take care of my body. I'm going to isolate. I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to protect others. And I have time on my hands to create, to listen. So what's the one thing that we're here to do? To care for one another? Is that it? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? What is the one thing that we're here to do? One thing. It's one thing, but we spend a lifetime trying to figure out, what am I here to do? When we already know what to do. Ashley said to care for one another. Anybody else? You lost audio. Okay, you can listen to it later. But the question is, we're here to do one thing. If you're looking for what to do, what's yours to do? While you're here, while you were created, it's one thing. What is it? What is it? I'm looking both in the 2 Instagram accounts and on Facebook. And pretty much, Ashley is speaking to it. We're here to love. That's it. That's your purpose. You're here to love. If you want to know what's yours to do, you're here to love. If you don't know why you're here, what value you add to your family, shine our light. Yes. When you love, you shine. When you love, you care for others. It is so simple. We've overcomplicated it. See, when you really align with the truth that you're here to love, you're here for love because you were created by love, and your only responsibility is to love because that's all you can do. You are full of it. You're full of love. When you really anchor with that, when you align with that, I'm telling you, you can do anything and it'll be okay. You can do anything and you will feel fulfilled. Love is a vibration. Love is a verb. There are many ways we describe it. Love is about how you show up. Love is about telling loved ones the truth. They may not like it. Love is active. Love is about showing up. Love is like, not on my watch. Like Iyanla Vanzant, not on my watch. If any of you seen that meme. We're here to love. But the logical mind, intellectual mind goes, yeah. Well, we know we're here to love, but some of these people ain't loving. Some people, everybody is not loving. And if you're out there loving, people will take your loving for what's this? For weakness. What? No. If you love, if you give yourself permission to be in a loving space, even when it looks like, feels like they're taking your loving for weakness, the love itself will energize you and heal you and remind you, not so. People say, oh, they'll take my kindness for weakness. Not so. It's the things we put in the way not to show up. I think sometimes we are so afraid about our own power that we externalize our power. We externalize our power and say, oh, yes, I have everything within me to be successful. So we're doing everything to be successful. But even in the word, if you slow it down and break it down, successful. You are successful. You are peaceful. You are grateful. Inside of you have it all in here. You are joyful. You're full of it. So when you love, because you're so full of it, the love you give, you share, will heal you. And there's also this mindset. We start to think, we can love, but people might take advantage of us. But love is a vibration, is a frequency. When you're loving, when you're in that space of love, when you're loving and in that space of love, you are being different. You feel different. You see different. You speak different. That the love itself becomes a protection. It becomes your protection. So because you're operating at such a higher frequency of love, there are going to be some people who cannot make it into your space because you're not vibrating at the same frequencies. You're not. So when you're not vibrating the frequencies, the people you're worried about before you say, well, if I love, then people are going to take me for granted and won't take me serious. Well, in the space that you're thinking about it, maybe, but when you're in that space, your love is vibrating at such a high level that they may not even make it to you. They get caught up in the traffic. They remember they got to go somewhere that they forgot about because you are not meant to come together. You're not meant to come together. And the ones that align, that match the frequency, law of attraction, you will draw them to you. People will be kind. People will smile. And sometimes you may not even know. You're just doing your thing. You're not trying to, I'm going to be loving today. You've just done your work, your holy work, your spiritual work. You're just showing up. And people are just acknowledging you. In a country where people don't even say anything normally, you're just like, wow, that person. I remember seeing this young lady. She's school age, maybe about 15. I was in the city center, Leicester, and you know how you walk down the street and you make eye contact with someone. And I made eye contact with her and I was going to look away because for those of you in America, UK is kind of like New York where people don't make eye contact, but maybe people do now because they've been made to slow down. So very rarely do you make eye contact with somebody and they will say hello to you unless you do. I often do. So this young lady, about 15, she had a school uniform on. And I was about to look away, and she had a smile on her face. And I'm like, that's different. And I said, hey, she responded back. I remember thinking, actually, truth be told, I called my partner. I said, guess what just happened? I think I sent her a message. I said, guess what just happened? I just had this young lady just smile at me. It's not any romantic attraction at all. What I sensed from her was a genuine expression. I mean, that it shook me. I'm just in my world. When you love, you draw all things to you, all good things. Now, I want to go back to what you said, Pat. You said you're trying to discover what is yours to do, right? And you also said, let me scroll up. You said something. You said, my business is no longer fulfilling me. Here's something I would like you to try on. Don't look to your business to fulfill you. It is not your business's business to fulfill you. It is nobody's business to fulfill you. When you look to your job, when you look to a relationship, when you look to your business, when you look to something outside of you, people, places, or things to fulfill you, eventually is going to run out. Now, this is going to sound like some airy-fairy stuff, but I just want you to stay with me. You have to look for fulfillment from within. What does that mean? What am I saying? Pat, to stay with that example, and thank you for being willing to engage and interact and share. Because as I said before, you putting this out there, there's somebody who can relate to it. How are you fulfilling your business? Think about that. Is your business saying, my owner is not really fulfilling me, I wish he would? How are you fulfilling your business? Is the business, I want to say this very clear because it becomes very confusing. I don't want to do this othering thing where you're doing something that is not right. I'm going to just stay with what I'm saying. The business, the true fulfillment comes from you. So it's about how you are seeing the business. If you're seeing the business differently, maybe financially it's not bringing in income as you would like it to. And then you're like, maybe I need to do something different. Oh, I remember when it used to be better. This COVID thing has really affected my business. People ain't even using me anymore. And I think if I'm right, I can't remember. I think you do, what is it? It's what they call it? You do home stuff for people. Anyway, let me keep talking because I want to make it general enough anyway. I don't want to necessarily shine on you too much, but I want to use your example. When you ask yourself, how can I bring fulfillment? So when you get in the car, turn the key. Are you turning the key with gratitude? When you're driving down the road, are you feeling like, who do I get to bless today? Who do I get to bless with my business? Who do I get to touch? See, the business itself is just a vehicle. You are the business. So if the business is not fulfilling you, you're looking to the business to give you something it doesn't have. You are the business. Without you, the business doesn't exist. So if the business is you and you're not getting fulfillment from the business, maybe you're not getting fulfillment from you. I do that and I think of Steve Harvey. I'm going to do exactly what I do. Keisha and I, when we're joking, they were like, your ass is going to be on YouTube. So not that I'm saying your ass like that, but that's what came up for me. If your business is not fulfilling you and your business is you, then that means you're not fulfilling you. Where are your thoughts? Where are you placing your attention? Even with all this going on in the world, where people are using different services now, people are doing things differently. The fulfillment is in how you express yourself. Peace, joy, love, happiness, grace, and ease. I think of Shoyinka now. I wasn't even trying to say that. But all the spiritual qualities is inside of us. You guys have heard me talk about doing a business plan, cash flow forecast, business growth and development. You've been hearing me talk about it for the past few weeks, maybe probably a whole month now, if not longer. Those things, in the past, I didn't want nothing to do with it. I'm like, yeah, I know. Oh my God. I met with my business mentor today, and I was supposed to have completed my business plan and cash flow forecast. I hadn't finished it. And I was stressing last night, but I sent it to her. The point is, I was disappointed that I didn't get it done. The last few weeks just got super busy. Excuse me. But I tell you something. And some of the things, I don't even know the answer. I have to go research it. But there is a certain kind of joy and excitement that comes from me discovering that. Not because I love business plans by itself, the business plan. Oh, business plan. Some people like this kind of stuff. Spreadsheet. Some people like that kind of stuff. I didn't. But you know what makes this exciting for me? Is the fact that I am moving to the next level, and I'm excited about what I'm creating. And I'm using all the tools and the resources to build this business, my own company, to write it out and see like, oh, what is possible, what I can do, to take some of the thoughts that's been in my mind, in my head all for a long time, and put them on paper and get inspired and get very clear about the kind of people I want to work with. I love working with people who are doing the work. And when I say doing the work, they're aware that they're more than just a physical body. They're aware that we're part of something greater. They're meditating. They're doing their spiritual work. They don't have to be at any certain kind of consciousness. They're just doing the work. So when they come to me, they're already revved up. I'm revved up. When we get together, it's fire because I can take them deep. I live in the deep. Sometimes I try to be surfacey, but I can't do it. I mean, I can, but I don't enjoy it. We can talk about, look at the meaning of their name. Say, what's the meaning? Your names. Tell me who named you. Tell me about your grandmother. Tell me about your great grandmother. Tell me about your grandfather. Tell me about your mother. And then we explore, we look at all of that. And then in the conversation about their mother or father, grandparents, we find that what they're dealing with today is representative of what they're talking about that happened in the past. And then we can use that where to it becomes healing, because it's no longer something that I'm doing that I'm getting wrong. Oh, I still haven't figured this out. But we may just start to catch an idea that, oh, this is an energy that wants to be seen. Me feeling like maybe I need more money. Oh, I just don't have what it takes. Well, what if that energy was passed on to you through your ancestral lineage, through your lineage? And then you're the one that's here to shine the light on it. So when you start from the beginning, in the beginning, when God blew into your nostrils, or, oh, check this out, when God blew into his own nostrils, when God took a deep breath and made itself man and woman, and God opened its eyes or his eyes or her eyes, whatever you want to use. And God says, this is good. This is good. That's what we're here to do. So with the business plan, some of it's challenging, but I see that I'm creating. It's an artwork for me. I'm birthing it. I'm putting it together. I now have a better idea of what I'm going to make 12 months from now. It's like, oh, I want to make more than that. Okay, how do I increase what I'm doing? The fulfillment is coming from me catching the vision. And the business plans and the cash flow forecast is helping me see how to make that a reality. Manifest your dream. I'm manifesting my dream. I'm doing the work. I'm aligning with what spirit is guiding me to do. So it doesn't matter where I go. I'm always on fire. I could feel the shift in me too, because I started off kind of mellow, right? But you know why? I think part of the reason why I'm mellow, Spirit, I knew it, because I'm like, okay, Spirit, why am I so? I've asked before the show. Spirit said, just take it slow. And I'm like, okay, cool, we'll do that. And then some of you may have caught it. I caught it. You may have caught me while I caught it. That I went to bed around maybe about 3 a.m. and I woke up at 6:30 because I was working on my business plan, interestingly enough, and I needed to do some more this morning. I feel good, but it's like the memory, the wisdom of my body is like, don't go in there doing all the stuff you're doing. I mean, I'm doing part of it now, but my body was telling me, just take it slow. You have an hour and a half. Just take it slow. Your body knows. Your body knows. Wisdom. You are the embodiment of deep wisdom. So what is yours to do? You know what to do. Yours to do could be just loving your son, your daughter, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, just loving, being vulnerable, telling the truth, and saying, you know what? I did something yesterday. I spent money that I said I wasn't going to spend. Or I had a thought about a woman, if you're a guy, or if you're a woman too. And I really went there and I allowed myself to get there, and I feel like I did something wrong. Now, you're not necessarily, well, I wouldn't say not necessarily. You're not coming to like, I'm here, I've been bad. I'm talking about being vulnerable. I'm talking about being open. Like, Relationship, romantic relationship. If you create a relationship that is open, you will transform your own life. And when I say open, people see that differently. Open relationship. You can sleep with whoever you want to sleep with. If that's what you want to do, so be it. I have no judgment about that. But open relationship to me is being open enough to share my weakness, to share my weaknesses, my vulnerability with my partner. If I had a jealous thought, to say confession. And there is nothing so beautiful than to have a partner, somebody that you can share your weaknesses with, or something that feels so vulnerable, and they can listen to you and tell you their truth about it. If they're triggered or not, or just hold a space for the healing. See, the problem is not that you had a negative thought, or if you want to call it a bad thought. There are really no bad thoughts. There are no bad emotions, only negative emotions and positive emotions. And you need the positive as well as the positive and the negative. Slow down. You've only had 3 hours sleep. I can't help it. It's what you say it is that matters. Let me go back. Pat, I think Pat responded. Yes, personal assistant. You're a personal assistant. Pat, you are the Holy Spirit for humanity. The Holy Spirit is our personal assistant. The Holy Spirit, the Spirit that is intelligent, that's always with us. So when you as a personal assistant, you're here for God. How can I be of service today? Now, that doesn't mean maybe it's time. Maybe something you're saying you might want to do something different. Maybe you want to start looking at different clienteles. But sometimes the unfulfillment is also a message. Sometimes we get so caught up in habit that we're like, yeah, I know I'm supposed to do something like that, but I can't do that. And now I can't believe that I'm not being fulfilled in this relationship. I don't understand what he's doing. I don't know why he's like that. But if you really ask the deep questions, it doesn't even have to be deep questions, you know? That's the thing about life. Your questions don't have to be deep for life to rush through you. Go to bed whenever you do it, but when you go to bed, ask the divine a question and ask for it to be revealed through you and to you in your dream. Ask it to be clear. It shall be so. It shall be so. So whatever you're dealing with, whatever we're dealing with, whatever I'm dealing with, there is an answer. What is mine to do? Yes, it could be the big thing, the essence. I want to go back to that love thing. I'm here to love. You know what? I know that about myself. I know that I'm here to love. In every and anything I do, it is my intention to be as loving as possible. I'm not always loving. Sometimes I'm in judgment. However, my intention to be loving always brings me back. A couple of weeks ago, maybe last year in December, I shared that as a family member that challenged the flip out of me. And I noticed that this family member, they're doing everything to have a conversation with me, to engage with me. But I had judgments. And I responded. But it's just kind of like, yeah, I know. But inside, I'm like, oh, please stop. That's something I needed to look at. Who the flip do I think I am to think I can judge another child of God, another sacred being, another sacred activist? When we really understand that we're here to love, it doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're doing. And when you know you're here to love, you are on purpose. Your purpose is to love. That's God's purpose, to love. You were created by love, birthed by love, infused with love vibrations. What can you do that's more than love? It's the highest frequency. It's the harmonizer. It's the healer. Love. That's what you are. Don't be fooled by your mistakes. Don't be fooled by your errors. Don't be fooled by your trauma. What's yours to do? Maybe, there's so much that happened that it's really time to go look for a therapist to really confront what needs to be confronted. Maybe you think, I want to move forward. I want to do things different. Maybe it's a coach. Maybe it's a minister. Maybe it's a good friend. Maybe it's a good book. Maybe it's a podcast. Maybe you want to just spend a day on YouTube going through different videos just to make sure you bring yourself back to remember that you are here to love. You're here for love. There's nothing more than that. And what you do becomes the vehicle to express love. You can express love as a politician. You can express love as a police officer. You can express love as a bank cashier. There's no spot where love won't appreciate. Love is only looking for an opening. Love just needs an opening. Love is like, where's it going to be? Where? Oh, there's an opening. There's an opening. Have you ever felt so much love or somebody... They offered, they gave an act of love, but if you didn't spend time with them, or maybe you just had a glimpse of them, you're thinking, who the hell is that? But then they say something loving to you, and it catches you off guard, like, woof, I was judging them. I thought they were being mean. Love is just looking for an outlet, and we are outlets for love. So what you do is not as important as loving. What you do will come to an end. My business is constantly changing. One of the things that I do for other people is produce their podcast. I love it. I enjoy it. I love doing so many things at once because I'm an Aries. My mind is always... So there are people I produce their podcasts. I do on StreamYard. I flash things. There are other people that I edit their podcasts. I love doing that. I love taking something that looks like, ooh, there's a mistake, and they tell me where it is, and I edit and put it together. I love it. But as I've been working on my business plan, I realized I don't want to do that anymore because I feel like it's taken, not that there's anything wrong with it. I may go back to it. I doubt it, but who knows? I've just realized I need to put that to the side for a minute. And I even got clear that it's time for me to have another producer. I've had producers as interns, where they've been exchanged different things, other things that we work out, or there's a program that I have that they get to use. They get trained. I share different things, just a lot of different things. I mean, come on, just by being with me, I don't have to give none. Anyway, the Aries in me can't help itself. But I have decided that I am going to pay someone to be my producer. We live in a society sometimes where let me not say it that way. That's something I want to do because I don't even want to contribute to the same mindset that's dying. There are many ways to exchange energy, many ways. Money's just one way, but we've made money God. That even when we're saying money is the root of all evil, but yet we're like, oh my God, I don't know. I don't have enough money. I can never do this. It's like, wait a minute. Whatever you identify with so much, you've made your God. What do you identify with? Do you identify with God, the endless supply, unlimited supply of God that is looking for ways to be expressed? I'm telling you, I'm telling you, but I can't tell you. I can't tell you what it feels like when someone sends a donation. It's like, oh my God. There's a time I wasn't open to it. When I shift my mind, it comes in. It is coming in. And it's like feedback of what they get from my work. It's not an ego thing. It's an affirming thing. It's an affirmation. It's thank you, God. Whether I get a donation or not, there are people who still give feedback, but it's just, oh my God. Ain't nobody can pay me enough to do what I do. But what I do get paid for, there are times I do things and I actually forget that I was going to get a check for it. And when the check comes, I'm like, oh, I forgot I was going to get paid for that. Oh, I forgot they haven't paid me for that. Now, there are times I haven't forgotten. There are times I'm like, dream. I did it. I did it. Pat, I like the way you think. Yeah, it's not volume. It's my Wi-Fi went off their house and I have to switch to my hotspot on my phone, which I'm streaming with. When you do what you love, man, it always works out. Everything's always working out for me. So I want to read some of the things that Pat posted here. So I'm going to share this because I haven't had time to share this. Thanks, Pat, for really being transparent. Pat said, I'm not operating the business the way Spirit originally gave me the vision. That touches me so deep. That honesty, that truth. When we really take a moment to sit and listen, we realize there's nothing wrong. We just need to tweak. That's a confession. And you know, that confession itself, that vulnerability, being that open, healing is already happening. Pat said, Spirit, I love this. Spirit is telling me to go back to the original plan. The original plan is in the beginning. The original plan is the newness. She said, I think also I have to learn to love myself. Yes, love yourself for hearing the plan, the original plan, and moving forward with it. Now you've got to a place where it's like, oh, it's time to upgrade. It's time to step up. And you misread it. You said, my business is not fulfilling me. But now you know, it's like, oh, wait a minute. Well, I may have been experiencing the business as unfulfilling, but what I know is happening, oh, the business was trying to tell me something. The business was saying, if you keep going like this, you're going to get burned out. Go back to the original plan. Go back to the original plan. Go back, because when you go to the original plan, when you put energy out, the original plan resources you, energizes you. You never feel depleted because you keep going back to the original plan. Going back to the original plan is Breathing in the breath of life. Doing the business is breathing out. Go back to the original plan. He said, I spend a lot of time loving others. I think now it's time for me to love me. It is time. It is time. And I want to say it's past time, but it is time. She said, when I'm loving myself first, I can love, give, and help others from a full cup. Girl, you better preach. Yes, Jackie, I'm back. God's got my back. Woo! I'm a poet and I know it. What is yours to do on a daily basis? What is yours to do today? What is yours to do in the next moment? What is yours to do right now? What was mine to do is think quick and go hotspot so I can continue the broadcast. I would even go as far, I can't prove it, I feel it. I can go as far as like, because of the frequency, the conversation we're having right here, instantly I was able to think of a way out, because I actually was thinking, oh my God, I can't use my hotspot because I'm streaming with both my cell phones. But instantly I'm like, well, try it. When you are doing what's yours to do, you have access to options and solutions and answers. They come fast. You just know what to do. When a mother is nursing a baby, her daughter, her son, when something happens or the child is about to fall, sometimes she moves so fast, she doesn't have to think. There's a story of mothers who lift the car up because their child was trapped underneath. I've never heard of it. I've heard in stories. I kind of believe it. Because when you step out of your own mind, your own limited mindedness, and step out of it, you step into the unlimitedness of your mind. And out of your mind, out of your conscious mind. That's why dreams are so weird sometimes, strange sometimes, fantastic sometimes. Sometimes you're having sex with people you've always wanted to have sex with. Sometimes you're having sex with people you're just like, oh my God, I can't even look myself in the face. Because the conscious mind is snoozing like, oh, it was a long day. I know what I said, but it's true. In dreams, literally all things are possible. There is no judgment of that's good or bad. What you're really in contact with is what you hold to be true, what's in your subconscious mind, as well as the voice of God. When you go back to the original plan, you tune in to God. God, Godness, the divine it's the original plan. So in this day where so much is happening, people are transitioning. The pandemic is still pandemicing. Life is still lifing. Nature is naturing. People are being divided. People are doing whatever they're doing. Some of it feels good. Some of it doesn't. Some of it is like, what is going on in the world? Some people are waiting for Jesus to come back. Some people are waiting for the earth to burn up. But you know what? The future is going to be whatever we create it to be. And the way we create a different future is to go back to the original plan. The original plan is God is. God is the healer, God is the guide, God is the director, and God is living its life as me. I am the embodiment of God. So when I go back to the original plan, I come back to me, and I remember I'm supposed to love myself first so I can give from a full cup. And when I give from a full cup, I'm available for deep wisdom, understanding, guidance, peace, joy. It's just people just giving to me. I just feel different. I'm feeling fulfilled. I feel full of myself. I feel rejuvenated. What is yours to do is to love. What is your, and don't, with the right intention, if your intention is to love, you don't have to micromanage your actions. You don't. Let your intention guide you. And wherever you did something that you perceive to be less than love, you can correct it. And if you really want to love, matured love, The kind of love that breaks you open and you keep coming back. You keep showing up every day because you know you're here to love. Matured love that calls you to forgive, that calls you to affirm yourself. Matured love, when you have to put on your big girl panties or your big boy boxers, I guess, I don't know. And you have the uncomfortable conversations. The matured love that causes you to say, I'm ready to do something about my life. I'm ready to get healed. I'm really ready to step out. I'm ready to say yes. I don't know how this is going to all unfold, but what I know is I feel it in my heart that this is mine. I'm nervous about how it's going to happen, but I'm going to trust in God. I'm going to trust in love. Love will make a way. Love will find a way. Love is the way. And I am one with the way because I am the way. I am the truth. I am the light. Jesus was speaking for humanity. He wasn't a divine exception. Jesus was a divine example. Jesus was telling us about who we are. Some people call Jesus God. That's cool. But Jesus said, hey, I ain't the one doing this job. It's the Father in me that's doing the job. The Father and I are one. And it's the Father in me that inspires me, that empowers me to do what I do. Thank you, Pat, for giving me that. The original plan. Go back to the original plan. God has a plan for your life. Go back to it. You would know what to do from moment to moment. It doesn't have to be something that ends up on TV. It could just be with you alone, where you can tell yourself the truth and you can just say, you know what? I realize that I live most of my day, a lot of my life, being fearful, feeling insecure. That, I hear about this God thing. I hear about spirituality. I hear about all this stuff and when I hear it, I feel it. I feel inspired, but somehow there's a part of me that really doesn't believe it. And it's not like I don't believe it like in my head then. It's almost subtle. Like, because I know if I believed it, I would have applied for that job. I would have go speak to that woman, speak to that guy. I would have go help my neighbor. I just get so afraid. I get afraid of people. If that's yours to do, that's the best thing you can do. Because the minute you speak the truth, you open yourself up for healing. You open yourself up to be free of fear so you can flow with life. Ooh, that was good. Don't have me say it again. What did you say? What did I say? What did he say? Yeah. I don't know what I said. I know what I said. I just can't say it the way I said it. When you tell the truth, you free yourself from whatever. I don't know. I'm even trying to repeat it. It just felt good when it came out. I have to listen to the show again. When you're doing what you love, it comes out. You don't even know. I'm a conscious channel and I gave up trying to be different. Well, actually, that's a lie. There's still a part of me that wants to do conscious channeling. I still have an attachment to it. So what is mine to do? Give it up. Like, for real. I don't know. You guys will. I spend a lot of work. I've done a lot of work. I spend money training to be a trance channel. Actually, I don't know if Esther will be considered. I guess Esther's a trance channel because she sort of leaves, even though she can hear what's happening. The other channels that I know, they're going to not a trance where their eyes are twitching and arms doing all kind of stuff. They just kind of leave here. Their body is taking over. They're those. They're people who channel through writing. Mine is a conscious one. So I'm hearing what I'm saying for the most part. And I know what I'm saying. Oh, thank you, Pat. Oh, I love you, Pat. Pat said, free yourself from fear and open yourself to life. That's right. That's what I said. That's what Pat said. I said, and I believe it. Thank you, Pat. I appreciate you. It's time to release this. And what I will also say is don't take the body for granted, because my body is like, Slow it down. Slow it down. Yes, 3 hours sleep. I can feel it. And I got a meeting at 8:30 for another 2 hours. I got some stuff I got to work on. But it is what it is. I'm not complaining and I'm not even asking for sympathy, even though it sounds like it, doesn't it? Like, I only slept for... No, it doesn't sound like it. Let me see what else I need to say here. I'm loving myself. Oh, yeah, I read that. Let me look at my notes if I have anything I need to say. Nothing. Just remember, you are it. And if you're spending more time talking about all the evil things that are going on in the world, the bad things that are going on in the world, sharing that on social media, you're adding to it. You want to ask yourself, is this mine to do? There's sometimes I see some things we're just in our nature. Then I'm like, really? And I share with my friends. And sometimes I just share, so I got to share this. And there's other times I'm like, do I really need to send this? I don't know. And I ask and I get guidance to not send it. I'm like, oh man, I want to share it. There's that part of us that's addicted sometimes to the drama. You want to have the conversation with somebody about it. But sometimes we got to break the chain. We got to break the chain of keep sharing the things that we say we don't like. We don't want more of. If more of us, I'm going to rephrase that. You guys, I don't know if you know, but you know, I'm sure you do. You notice that when I'm going to say something, I stop because I really know that's easy to just be unconscious or just say things because I don't want to say because it sounds right, but just coming from rote memory. What I've learned, when you are coming from a place of truth, it is important to listen to what you're saying, to make sure that what you're saying is what you mean. So, the more of us that are asking the question, what is mine to do, and to understand that the fact that you ask the question has opened the door for what to do. Now you can say, well, I still don't know. Just do the next logical thing. If when you say, what is mine to do, and suddenly you feel like, I'm tired. Go sit down. Go sit your behind down. Just go sit down. Well, I can't sit down. I got to get back to work. Or I got things to do. I got children coming back home. Sit down for a minute. Sit down for 30 seconds. Take a deep breath. Sometimes get up from what you're doing and go get some water. Go lay down. Go for a walk just for a minute. And just when you get up and shift your mind, your eyes, you remember something. It's kind of like when you're taking a shower. Well, when I'm taking a shower, I don't know about your experience in the shower. I get downloads in the shower, and something that I thought of before I went in the shower, I'm thinking, I got to write that down or set my reminder because I really need to do it. I may forget. I go in the shower and I remember. Let me see what Pat is saying. Pat was enjoying the show so much. She said, I am going on IG. I know that's right. Slow down and rest before your body makes you rest. I know that's the truth. Yeah. Bless you too, my dear sister. She said this was a good therapy session for Monday. That's right. For me today, I'm taking Reverend Michael's advice. I'm learning to speak only when I want to manifest. Oh, only what I want to manifest. You're welcome, Ashley. Thank you for being here. Yes, and sometimes we speak stuff that we don't want to manifest. The important thing in that statement is to remember, it's like, oh, that's not what I want to see happen. That's not what I want. Nope. Because sometimes just chatting shit feels good. Like, what the hell is wrong with this mother, father, God, people? You know, you just want to get it out your system. Sometimes you just got to get it out. That's me. You do what works for you. Do what works for you. But for me, sometimes I just got to get it out. And especially for me, somebody who's always, it's time to wrap up the show, who's always kind of like not want to speak to things, don't want to hurt people's feelings, afraid of saying the wrong thing, worried about what people think about what I was living like that. Oh, I've been giving myself permission to be different. This is my 1 year, my personal year. It's new beginnings. Do things differently. I'm doing it with my business. I'm doing it in my life. I'm starting new things. It's a new cycle. I love you. I bless you. I appreciate you. And I thank God for you. I want to invite you to sign up sign my mailing list. The boy is sleepy. He can't even talk. lifecoachade.com, lifecoachade.com. And if what you heard today caused you to see yourself differently and you're coming to the place where you're feeling like, I need some help with that, lifecoachade.com. Life Coach Ade is the man for you. That's right. Deep diving, doing the work. I call myself a shadow worker. We get to go into those dark places and retrieve the gems, the treasures, to retrieve what is great about you. We are made to love. We're made for love. And that's what we're here to be. That's what we're here to do. And that's what we're here to have. Be love. You have no choice but to do love. And when you do love, you have more love in your life. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What else do I need to tell you? Sign up for Manifest Your Dream. I almost said Mind Your Dream again. Manifest Your Dream. It starts in February for 28 days. We meet once a week on Zoom, and the other times we'll be in a private group. There'll be task, soul work that you're going to do to help you align with the dream and manifest the dream and live the dream and allow the dream itself to inspire you. As I said on Sunday, I did a live on Sunday. Your dream is waiting for you to come true. Stop waiting for your dreams to come true. Your dreams are waiting for you to come true. Come true, come true, come true today. Come true. I don't know why I keep saying that, but come true, come alive. Say yes to your dream. Say yes to your life. Say yes to your existence. Remind people that you're here for something greater. And don't even worry about the people. Remind yourself that you're here for something greater. I love you. For real, for real. Thank you for being here. Share the show. Like it. Share it. It does help. You hear people say it does help. It helps both the listeners, which is part of what I'm doing as well. It helps other people get this truth. You don't have to keep it to yourself. This is another way to spread. You know what? Wait. Yeah, God is telling me that everybody that's listening, what's yours to do is to share the show, like it and share it, and subscribe on YouTube. Nah, we don't do stuff like that. Anything else? I think I'm done. Join us tomorrow for Soul Fulfilling with Ricky Byers. 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Thursday morning. Come laugh, come dance, come sing, come share. Thank each and every one of you for what you're doing in the world. And thank you for coming to this charging station. Because JC said, if I be lifted up, we'll draw all men, all women unto us. So we're being lifted up. I think that's it. Every time I'm about to wrap up the show, I'm always feeling like there's one more thing I need to say. There's always one more thing to say. I'm out. Peace and blessings.
Be who you are. Let your light shine with so much more.